Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Aaron Trevino here. A bit of a different format. We're here in Houston, Texas with Geoff Tyson. How you doing, Geoff?
Hey, I'm doing great. Hi, everybody.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a different format because we've done a lot of podcasts. We've been out in the field on construction sites, but it's great to connect with you in person, Geoff.
Thank you. I'm glad to be able to come and say hi to you and to the folks that are listening to you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, Geoff. It's always great, coming down to Houston. A lot of hospitality, a lot of beautiful culture here, a lot of business opportunities. For those of us who aren't familiar, could you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Again, my name is Geoff Tyson, and I'm the President and Business Development Director for Transcending Companies. And we're a residential redeveloper, and we redevelop single-family and small commercial properties in the Midwest, the D.C., Virginia, Maryland area, and family-wise, we're here in Texas, Aaron, because of our grandkids. So now the Houston, San Antonio, and Galveston market is going to be our focus.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you do live here in Houston. You're pretty active in the market. What speaks to you about Houston and about maybe other markets here in Texas?
That's a good question. From a personal side, I'll just speak to that first. We, again, moved here because of our grandkids from Northern Virginia and Reston. And so we had an opportunity to look at Dallas and San Antonio and Austin and then Houston. And we chose Houston, obviously. We like the diversity in Houston. It's an hour from the beach, and we're beach people. That was probably the biggest thing. The grandbabies love the water, right? So we picked the beach, and just the difference in the market. I mean, you can go. There's so many different, neighborhoods and the food. But from a construction and investment standpoint, I mean, it's just different levels. There's activity in the lower level, the mid-range, and then high-level activity. So it's just a beautiful market for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess as mentioned earlier, there's really so much to do in Houston. The city offers so much from, the culture, the art, the business opportunities, connecting with good people. What's next? Where do you see the city of Houston growing, or what sort of activity do you see in the market right now?
That's a good question. I have to really speak to what COVID has done, really. I mean, and for us, that when the city shut down, that gave us a chance to get on our bikes, and because no cars are on the road, so we were able to tour different areas. So we still see people in all the midtown, uptown, downtown spaces, staying in those neighborhoods, creating other little gatherings that aren't as large. So we're still trying to keep the flavor of family, and development in the areas. I mean, multifamily stuff is going up like crazy.
Yeah.
We're in uptown now, and there's probably been, I'm going to count on my finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new structures, from 8 floors to 39 floors. So, there's still people coming to Houston, just the growth is there. We really haven't seen any impact negatively on the market. I mean, the market's crazy nationwide. Right, and also too, we think that downtown, before COVID, they were really working on creating some nice lifestyle activities downtown, and I think you're going to see more of that coming back too. So.
Absolutely, and I know you touched on it briefly, but that's kind of where your services come into play. I mean, what sort of deals are you mostly looking at, and what sort of services do you offer?
Yeah, that's good. And I'll tell you, we are in the real estate investing side of the business, but we're also, and we believe in this as much, if not more, into the mindset and mastermind development of new investors. Including mindset along with the experience on how to do the business is important, and giving something back. So, we're really focused on creating, virtual connections and sharing what we've experienced in a simple and clear way to help those folks that are interested in getting involved in real estate, or new and kind of stuck, or that experienced investor that would like to learn some things we've done in multiple markets on how you do that. So training and education, the existing structures primarily are our focus now, and a lot of opportunity to help people that are in distressed situations.
Absolutely, and that education is crucial, especially in real estate too. Maybe someone's getting started, but it's interesting kind of what you're seeing now is that, people are wanting this specific sort of education, and it seems like you're able to tailor make that sort of education for people.
Thank you. Yeah, we believe that, there's so much information, access to the virtual world has changed things. When I grew up, there was 3 channels. I'm telling on myself now. And the TV went off at midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, but now, the young mind has access to so much information. So they're getting smarter at a much earlier age. And so we really want to focus on things that are clear and simple and steps that we've used that a person can work with us and go home and be ready to actually implement. But they won't be by themselves because we've also created that mastermind community that helps people keep them from falling through the cracks.
Sure thing. So I know you mentioned it briefly, but maybe what are some other markets you're active in, or maybe that would be good for people to look at aside from the Houston market?
We were just talking about that. Again, I'm trying to niche things down. At first it was going to be San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, and all that, but we've kind of realized, man, there's plenty right here. So from San Antonio being the first part, because that's where our daughter's family is, to Galveston, kind of an odd-shaped triangle. And in that space, we're going to focus, on certain communities within each one of those areas. And one key thing too we do in those areas is we build relationships with real estate agents, because that's a big part of our business. They're the experts. They know the markets we're in. So if you're wondering about, how you pick properties and all that, or don't have any experience in going into new markets, real estate agents, we teach you how to communicate with them and why they're so important in our business.
Absolutely. No, that's a great synopsis of what you do. Maybe someone's watching, maybe they're in the Houston market, maybe they're in San Antonio, wherever it may be, and they want to get a hold of you. Where can we find you?
That's a great question. I'll just give you a couple. Transcendingcompanies.com. Again, www.transcendingcompanies.com. It's a website there. You can get all the information you need on what we're doing and some projects that we've done. And then also Facebook group, Transcending Lives of New Real Estate Investors. It's a private group, and then you can hit me up on Facebook if you have an interest in trying to get invited to that. Certainly do that. So you have a Facebook page, and then there's a YouTube channel, but I'd have to figure out what that is.
No, it's definitely a lot of fun doing the YouTube videos, and it's great because we're kind of able to go into different parts of at least in Houston. Last year we were in the Heights, we were in Trinity Gardens, Acres Home. So it's always a great time coming to Houston.
Yeah, we're glad you came and gave us the opportunity to say hi to everybody and sit down with you. This has been a great conversation. This young man, if you're looking for money, look him up. I'll tell you, no guarantees, but he'll give you a fair shot. So we appreciate the opportunity, and I just want to say to the audience, there's no better time than now if you're thinking about getting involved in real estate. And if you don't find us to be someone that you can work with, find somebody that can take your time from decades and turn them into days. Don't make the mistakes that you don't have to make and lose money on it. So.
That's right, Geoff. Well said. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. Have a good day.